Hello everyone, welcome back. I decided to pull out the Palmetto AR-10 today. This is the PA-10 Gen 3. And I wanted to do a little bit more shooting and testing with the Tula. So that's Tula 308. Basically I bought a whole bunch of this stuff when Walmart used to sell it. I was getting these for $10 a box. I mean, what a bargain that was. I looked on AmmoSeek. The price of this right now is something like $18 for a box of 20 rounds, which doesn't make sense because you can get American Sniper for about $14 a box. Okay, so it doesn't make sense right now to buy Tula 308 because the American Sniper, first of all, it's a lot more, it's more powerful. This is loaded a little bit on the light side. The energy that I'm getting out of this Palmetto 20-inch barrel, I've actually run it through the chronograph. So out of the 20-inch barrel, the energy I'm getting is about 1933. So basically 1900 foot-pounds versus, let's say, the American Sniper. Where's that? Where did I put American Sniper? What did it do? Free ammunitions. I'll get to that. Oh, here's American Sniper. Here you go, 149. The energy of American Sniper out of the 20-inch barrel is 2361. Okay, so 2,300 foot-pounds versus 1,900 foot-pounds. So you get 400 more foot-pounds out of that, and it's basically like $4 cheaper per box. So it doesn't make sense right now to buy Tula. Because it's just more expensive for Steelcase ammunition, which doesn't make sense. But the thing I wanted to test is I wanted to go back and test the accuracy of this because basically I was shooting this the first day that I got this Palmetto AR-10, and I was getting something like 2.5-inch groups, and I just wanted to see if that group had changed with the because now I have something like 200 plus rounds on this. I wanted to see if that group got a little bit tighter or changed in any way. So that's why I pulled this out. So we're gonna test this out. Now this has an adjustable gas system. I have it set in position 5 out of 17. So it's 3 slots per turn for a total of 17 positions. With the Tula Steelcase, it ejects at 4 o'clock. Okay, when I put Freedom munitions in, it ejects at about like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I am going to try gassing it down a little bit more with Freedom munitions and seeing if it'll still lock open on the last round. But anyway, right now, let's shoot this Tula. I've already shot 5 rounds, and basically I got 4 out of 5 at 2.5 inches, so that hasn't changed. And then the 5th one, the flyer opened up to 3 inches. So far, I'm not, basically that's what this ammunition gets, about 2.5 inches. Let's put another 5 shots down there, and then I'll show you guys the target. Now, one of the things that I have on here now that I did not have the first time I shot this was the bubble level. And I've found the bubble level makes a big difference with the rifle cant, because if the cant is off, that will throw this off. All right, so let's take 5 shots, another 5 shots, and then I'll bring up the target and we'll look at it. Adjusting my cant. As you can see, This thing very reliably locks open on the last round in position 5 out of 17. Now the recoil on this, right, on this Tula is like smooth. It's really nice, very pleasant to shoot. Now, of course, that is because it's underpowered compared to other 308s, right? 1,900 foot-pounds versus, you know, like when I shoot Freedom munitions where I'm getting 2671, almost 2,700 foot-pounds. So yeah, I mean, basically, less energy going out the front means less energy coming back into your shoulder. And when I'm done with this testing here, this accuracy testing, I am going to see if I can close off the gas valve and get the recoil to drop down to this level by adjusting the gas valve. Now, first of all, it's a very heavy gun. It's like 9 pounds without the optics on it, and I do have a heavier buffer weight in here, the 5.6, and I also have the orange spring coat recoil spring, which the spring one more than anything did make some difference as far as the felt recoil with the heavier Freedom munitions load. But in the next video, I'm going to see if I bring down the gas. Can I get the gas down so that the recoil on the Freedom munitions feels like this, because this Tula is like really nice to shoot. Okay. Anyway, let me go get the target and let's see how I did at 100 yards. All right, so I got the target back. I actually did better this time. So the one here with the circles is the earlier one that I did off camera. So I got 5 shots here. So the 4 out of 5 is in at 2¼ inches, okay? Which is kind of basically what the American Sniper has more or less been doing. And then with the 5th one here, it opened up to 3 inches, okay? Now, what I did here is I put my dot, my twin-way dot, on top of the bullseye, okay? So down here, I put it underneath the bullseye, right? So I'm doing that so I have a finer aiming point. So down here, with the one I just took, I got a 4-shot cluster that's inside of 2 inches. All right, so actually I got these 3 shots here are at 1 inch. So this Tula gave us a 3-shot group of 1 inch. There's a lot of guys out there only look at 3 shots. So if you're only doing 3 shots and you do enough of them, yeah, you're gonna get a 1 inch group. I've come to like not believe that, not trust that. I want to see more than just 3 shots. I like doing 5 shots and then taking the best 4 out of 5. So this 2 inch group here, these 4 shots here, that's what we can more or less expect to see as we go out the distance. And then with the 5th one here, with the flyer, which is worst case scenario, we're seeing a 3 inch group. Listen, this ammunition, this Tula 308, okay, with 3 inch groups, no problem getting out to 500 yards on a man-sized target, okay? I mean, yeah, the group will open up times 5, so you're going to get 15 inches, right, at 500 yards. But that's still inside that's still inside 20 inches, right? So that's still inside a man-sized target. So this is good stuff. I mean, if I could still get this stuff for $10 a box, I mean, I'd be loading up on this stuff, okay? At $18 a box, I've got better choices, right? So I got American Sniper, I got Freedom munitions. They do just as good or slightly better, and they definitely have more power, okay? So there's no reason to buy the weaker ammunition at a more expensive price, okay? Now, another thing that's coming out of this is I've done quite a bit. I mean, I probably have shot, I don't know, at least 100. You know what? This gun probably is closer to 300 rounds now, and I've probably shot about 100 rounds of Tula. And this Palmetto AR-10, the PA-10 Gen 3. Listen, it eats Steelcase ammunition. No trouble, no hiccups, not a single jam, like nothing. I mean, other than ones that I induced while I was testing out the gas system. Because what I did with this, in order to tune this, I closed the gas valve up here, right? See if I can get you guys in focus. So you see that valve right there, right there. Okay, so what I did is I turned it clockwise all the way down to close it, because this came in position 12 out of 17, in which case it's overgassed. And the reason why they do this is because some people aren't going to be aware, they aren't going to even know how to tune these guns. So they want to make sure that when you take this out of the box and you don't know anything and you start shooting the gun, no matter what you're shooting through it, it's going to cycle. Okay, so that's why they have it in position 12 out of 17. Way over gas, the recoil is going to, it's going to kick you pretty good. So what you do is you turn it clockwise all the way down, close it off completely, in which case it's got no gas going through it. It's not going to eject. The case is going to stay in the chamber. You turn it up one, and it'll probably not going to eject. It may eject or it may not eject. In position 3, when I went up 3 clicks, what I found is that it was ejecting everything. Even in position 2, it was ejecting everything, but I was not getting reliable lockback. Now I was testing it out with Tula, right, which is the lowest one, the least powerful one. And I did that because I wanted to know what position I needed to be in order for Tula to work, right? And so in position 3, it was sometimes locking back. In position 4, it was locking back like 90-95% of the time. In position 5 out of 17, right? We're going counterclockwise to open it up now. In position 5, it locks back 100% of the time without failure, okay? So that's how you tune the gas. So now that, like, I know, and I've done plenty of shooting with this now. I got 300 rounds on this with different 308s. And I know without a doubt that Tula is going to work in position 5. Again, Tula ejects at 4 o'clock. Freedom Munitions, American Sniper ejects at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. I'm going to go now go start working with those other ammunitions and see if they will lock back more reliably on position 3 and maybe give me less felt recoil. Okay, so that's the experiment that I'm going to be working with today. Okay, so I just want to flash this. I wanted to show you the energy calculations. Again, this is stuff that I have measured, with the chronograph and done the energy calculations. So here, 20-inch. I also did this with the 16-inch down here somewhere. So with the 20-inch, with the Freedom, That's Freedom Munitions, 150 grain. The energy was 2832. No, I'm sorry, the velocity was 2832. Velocity, I think I might have mixed that up earlier. Velocity 2832. Energy is 2671. Okay, and that's my momentum there, 6069. Okay, so I might have screwed that up earlier. Might have called that the energy instead of the velocity. So that velocity was 2832, energy 2671. That's very respectable, I think, for Freedom Munitions. And then down here, I did the American Freedom Munitions with 147 grain with the lighter bullet. So that's coming in at 2415. So just from going from 50 grains to the lighter bullet here, they basically load it a little bit lighter. So that comes up to 2415. All right. I did Freedom Munitions again over here. This is with the 150 grains, velocity 2795, energy 2603. So with the 150 grain Freedom Munitions, yeah, you're going to get up into the 2600s. You got 2600 there, 2600 there. You're definitely going to get up into the 2600s. And then what do I got here? I also did, that's 147. So that's 147 grain, 147 grains. Those ones are coming in at 2400 energy, right? 2400 foot-pounds. And then 150 grain Freedom Munitions are coming in at 2600 foot-pounds. Okay, and where are we here? When I did Tula, on this side, Tula 308, at the 150 grains, because these are 150 grain bullets that we're shooting today. On the 20-inch barrel, they're coming in at 19, velocity 2409, energy 1933, okay? And then if you shoot it in a 16-inch barrel, you're getting like 1714. So this Tula really drops, when you go into a 16-inch barrel. You got a pretty big difference there. So again, this is the reason why it feels so much lighter, okay? And then, hold on, where's the American Sniper one? Because I'm putting it out there because right now that's really affordable. American Sniper Freedom Munitions. Out of the, where are we? American Sniper, that's 149 grain, at a 20-inch barrel, velocity 2671, energy 2361. So it's kind of like in the middle, okay? And then if you're shooting it out of a 16-inch barrel, you're getting like 1975. All right. So there's some data for you guys to have. If you guys are really into the stuff here, you can look through this. So, all right. So those are the cheat notes. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. And yeah, I'm really again, the main thing I wanted to see is, like, now that the rifle has more rounds on it, what the groups are going to look like. We're definitely, you know, inside of 2.5 inches with this. Definitely, this Tula's good out to 500 yards. And this Palmetto AR-10 eats Steelcase. Loves Tula. No problem with this stuff shooting it. All right, so thanks for watching. Drop some comments below. And I'm going to include a Palmetto AR-10 playlist in the comments and the description, so you can click on that and you can see all the videos I've done on this Palmetto AR-10. Hey guys, I took a close look at this groupings. These two groupings came out like almost identical. Okay, almost. So the first time that I shot this, I had the dot on top of the bullseye, right? So 5-shot group. So 3 of the 5 in both of these cases are at 1 inch, right? So I got 1 inch, 3 shots, 1 inch here, 3 shots, 1 inch over here. The 4 out of the 5 in both groups. So up here I got 2.5 inches. Here I have 2 inches, all right? And then when you include the 5th shot, the flyer, on both of these groups, and that's pretty common with Tula, you're always going to have that 5th shot that flies way off. And I know I didn't pull the shots, okay? With that one, the group opens up to 3 inches. So we opened up to 3 inches here, opened up to 3 inches over there. So yeah, it's kind of cool that, you know, like both 5 groups, like back to back, did almost exactly the same thing.